Last Friday, I picked up the phone and called Doggy.
Yeah.
You didn't answer your call. Oh. I had somebody with me that wanted to say hello to you.
Who is that?
Snoop Dogg.
Oh. Did you really? And you didn't? How do you not call me?
I called you.
Now,
No, you didn't. You called again.
You didn't answer.
FaceTime.
You didn't answer the phone. You didn't answer the phone. It was on you.
You missed out
You
on
weren't
sympathy
available.
and-
You missed out on Snoop Dogg.
That reaction, priceless. And here is the man himself, Snoop Double G. So good to have
I
you
got my little
in
buddy in the house,
person.
baby.
In person, and the fifth
Yes,
fire
sir.
per usual. We're very lucky to have you on the East Coast.
Yes,
How
we
you
are.
doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. It feels
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You see what he brought
We
me,
know
right?
you're busy. We know
so
that's for
busy.
sure.
You see what he
See it
brought me,
everywhere.
right? You see what he brought me? Put the camera on it right
Yeah.
here.
I love
Yeah,
that
You
important.
understand what I'm saying?
bomber.
Because Snoop Dogg, you know I love you.
I brought you the
You know,
embroidered
But
version.
he knows how I feel about Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
You understand? The greatest, the GOAT.
Yeah.
You understand? They got this for me.
I like that bomber.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we got that. Appreciate y'all.
Love.
Appreciate y'all.
I'm very happy the timing that we have you right now, because I need to talk to you about your Lakers and your Steelers. We got a lot to dive into.
Well, let me say this, Molly. If we wouldn't have won yesterday, I wasn't coming.
Seriously? All right, let's go there right now. So last night, the Lakers did get the win, so luckily we have Snoop Dogg after that 94-85 win versus the Timberwolves, and even their series 1-1 after getting mopped in Game 1. Meanwhile, the Warriors look to take a 2-0 lead over the Rockets in Game 2. Steph led the Warriors with 31 in the win. All right, Snoop, who do you trust to get out of the first round? Golden State or LA?
I mean, I trust the Lakers because that's my squad, but Golden State got an easier path, if you ask me. The team they playing against is a little less experienced when it comes to, like, these types of games, and you've seen that when they played in Game 1. And I think the team that we playing against is way more experienced because they went, last year and played against Luka and them and got hit, but I feel like Anthony and the team is, like, gelling and they getting stronger and stronger. So we up against a harder opponent, but we supposed to win. We got Luka, we got LeBron, we got the prestige of the Lakers organization. So I feel like we're gonna get out, but it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a tough fight.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I was wondering how nervous you were going to be. Your man Jimmy Jam just texted me. He said last year this time y'all was sitting courtside when Luka was giving it to Minnesota.
Because I didn't
now
have
he in a Laker uniform.
I didn't have a playoff game last year. That's why I could travel to Minnesota and watch it.
So now here you are with Luka in a purple and gold. What are your expectations for the Lakers this postseason?
To play hard and get as far as they can get.
How far do you think they're going to get is what I'm asking.
I think they can go all the way. We just got to regroup. When we look good, we look good.
You talk about the championship?
I'm talking about,
Like win the
rings. I got these rings on for a reason. That's what we do. We represent rings and things.
So you think they would
I think we can.
You think they could beat Oklahoma City?
I think Oklahoma City going to lose to the Clippers.
Hold it.
Our little brother's going to handle that.
Hold it. You being complimentary about the Clippers?
Them is our little brothers. They got to handle. Sometimes the little brother got to go handle that business.
I'm saying, wait a minute. The Clippers?
They
You know
look
how
good.
you are when it comes to the Clippers.
They look good, though.
Okay. You willing to give it up? Okay. I understand that. They do look good right now. No doubt about that. But if Golden State beats Houston and the Lakers beat Minnesota, you got Golden State and Steph Curry next with Jimmy Buckets.
I like that matchup.
You like that matchup?
I really do.
You like that matchup? What do you like about that matchup?
I like it because they overconfident right now because they hit us last time to get that spirit to get in the playoffs. Remember, they were struggling to get in while we was coasting, and they hit us. But to me, that's like sometimes you could burn out. I think a burnout is coming.
Let me come to
my
both of
Lord.
you on that.
Oh, my Lord. Go
How
ahead.
far do you think the Lakers can go? And if they face the Warriors in the second round, who are you taking in that matchup, both of you?
I'm undecided right now. I mean, a few weeks ago, I would have put the Lakers, but the way Golden State's been flowing, I'm looking at them right now. I'm looking at the Lakers and how sporadic they can be. They can beat anybody in the West. You have no chance in hell of beating the Boston Celtics. I promise you that. You will lose to the Boston Celtics. But anybody else, the Lakers could beat if they're on their game.
I think they can get to a conference final.
I do too. There you
Snoop's
go, brother.
100% right.
You think
I
the
they-
Lakers can?
Yeah, because they should win this series. You figure they can. Hard series, Golden State, that's a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
But you are 100% right. The team that could beat the Thunder in the West are the Clippers. Clippers and Leonard play defense.
Yes.
Harden makes me nervous, but that center is good. Zubac,
Yes.
good player.
We shouldn't have never
Norman
gave him that.
Powell can make shots, and they got a good coach. And they got Van Gundy sitting there as an assistant.
Yes.
They have a chance.
They do have a chance. The Clippers have looked good. Kawhi Leonard, Lord have mercy, this brother has looked on another
And he's not hurt right now,
And
Stephen.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about his points because we know what he can do with the ball in his hands. I'm talking about him sprinting up and down the court.
Playing
talking
both
about having
sides.
steals, making dunks. I'm
Both
like,
sides.
what the hell's going on here? He look like he got a spring in his step. I haven't seen this from Kawhi in 6 years.
Okay, so which Cali team are we most confident in then? Consensus, it's the Clippers?
Right now, I'm more confident in the Lakers, but I need the Clippers to handle our dirty work for us. I need them to go out there and take care of Denver first, and then take care of OKC so we can have a
Knock them
nothing
out.
but smooth sailing.
Clear the path. Oh, my goodness.
I have confidence in the Clippers, too. I think it probably will be OKC. You know, I think it might be the Lakers in the conference finals.
I wouldn't mind an all-LA
Me
conference
neither.
finals. It wouldn't bother me. Not in the slightest.
Inglewood to LA, that's a cool
Maybe
trip
you'll
for
probably
me.
take me to that arena.
Doggy, I got you.
Hey!
I got you. Say
That's
less.
no Lakers, baby.
I got you, doggy. You with me. You with me. VIP.
Shut the hell with you.
Yeah.
You sit there, you sit over here.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Last
I
name
would go
Doggy
with
gets
Sue
in
instead
free.
of me. So you're good. You hit the
All right,
jackpot.
before we keep it pushing here, though, Stephen A., you said obviously the Celtics would beat them, but you're not concerned at all about Jason Tatum's wrist?
No. I think, it's possible he might miss tonight's game. But if it ain't broken, he'll be all right. It's the playoffs. He'll be all right. It's Jason Tatum we talking about.
The
here.
wrist?
This is first team all NBA last 4 years. This that dude.
I noticed how you didn't say nothing about your Knicks, though. You sure you keep them out of the conversation.
Listen. I've been down. Listen, I'm proud that the Knicks don't stink, okay? That they're no longer a laughing stock. But I think the thing that bothers me about the Knicks is that I watched them get better talent-wise offensively, but lose their grit that they had last year. Meanwhile, Cleveland and Boston have gotten better in both categories, talent and grit. So it was always a foregone conclusion that the Knicks wasn't getting past the second round in my eyes. But now I see Detroit on the come up, and I'm like, damn, it ain't a guarantee that you're going to get out of the first round.
So last time you were here, Snoop, you were making a case on the show for possibly surpassing Magic as the best point guard of all time. This is Steph Curry. Let's flash back to that.
He may be the greatest point guard of all time. And Magic Johnson is my guy.
Magic Johnson is your guy.
I said
Magic
he
Johnson is a
may
Laker.
be.
No, maybe. You just said, hold on, stop the person. Snoop Dogg, a Lakers fan,
Yes.
lifelong Lakers
Yes.
fan, a personal friend of Irvin
That's
Magic
my
Johnson.
guy.
That's your guy. You just said on national television he may be the best, Steph Curry may be the best point guard ever?
I say this, Magic is the greatest point guard of all time. I said Steph may be getting close to challenging that. You know the way they speak of Jordan and LeBron, and they always have that conversation. They should start speaking on Magic and Steph, because Magic got 5 championships, Steph got 4 championships, and Steph got a few more years left. He ain't getting one this year, though. But, later on down the road, he may get one. He done ran up on the big bear this week.
Okay, that was 2023. So prognostication skills, right? He didn't win the championship this year. But if he wins his 5th and would he pass Magic as the best point guard if he ties him with 5 rings?
I don't think the 5 rings just automatically passes him up. I think the fact that he shoots threes, and Magic didn't shoot threes, and he's got more action at points and overall game. And I don't think neither one of them played like great defense. So I can't really say that they both was on both sides of the ball. But I just feel like the way Steph has changed the game, he changed the whole game of basketball. That says a lot. When I played, you would never run to the basket and throw it out for a 3-point. You would shoot the layup or the coach would take you out the game. Steph got everybody in the world thinking they could shoot threes, including big men. And that's all because of Steph. When he started popping it and bopping it, coming down court, doing his thing, putting him to bed, he changed the game. But he's a point guard, but he shoots like a shooting guard. That's why I feel like he's close to Magic, because he's got that other level of changing the whole narrative of basketball like Magic did when he came out of Michigan State to the NBA. He changed the whole narrative of the NBA.
That's an interesting sentiment. Mad Dog, you're our historian over here. To that you say what?
I think Magic is better, and I think because he's 6'8", that's where he changed the game.
6'9".
Say he's a big point guard. They wasn't big point guards like Magic before he came in. Here's what I would say that I like Magic better. Magic could dominate a game without scoring.
Facts.
Curry can't do that. Curry doesn't, he doesn't dominate a game scoring 10 points. You saw it, he saw it, I saw it. Many a game, Magic scored 2 baskets, but he had 13 assists, 12 rebounds. The game emanated through him, the flow of the game. So the fact that, and I'll tell you something else about Magic. You'd love to be his teammate and play with him. He came down to the schoolyard and you were playing pickup. You'd like to be on Magic's team. He'd get you a million layups.
I played with him in the All-Star game and scored 25 points.
There you go.
I'm gonna rebuke my statement. You can teach your old dog a new trick. Magic is the greatest.
There we go. Get out of here. For crying out loud.
Well, listen, here's the thing that when we have this discussion about a Magic Johnson versus a Steph Curry, here's what we got to understand. You got to dissect this. Magic Johnson is the greatest quintessential point guard in NBA history. What do I mean by quintessential? You have a situation where people look at a point guard, old school cats and others, about being a facilitator. What did you create for others? Okay? That is their definition of a point guard. Not somebody that's just at the point guard spot because you're the smallest guard in the backcourt and you know what, but you're really a shooting guard. They look at Magic Johnson as a pure prototypical quintessential point guard. You facilitate and create opportunities for other people around you to excel. It's different for Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a scorer and the greatest shooter God has ever created. Here's where it gets interesting and here's where the actual debate kicks in. When you think about a point guard, even though Magic did it in a completely different way than Steph Curry, who has the greater impact on an offense? Who greater impacted a defense and how they game planned against you? If you went up against Magic, you had to keep your head on a swivel because the brother was the greatest passer. He was 6'9", he could look over most defenses. He could lead a fast break. He could rebound and start the fast break himself. And you had a Worthy on one wing, a Byron Scott on another, a Cooper behind you, Rambis occasionally, Michael Thompson occasionally. And then when things went awry, okay, let's pull it back out and get the ball to Kareem for the skyhook. That's what you did. With Steph Curry, it's gotten to a point where it just ain't Dre. Nobody does it better than Draymond. But it's not just Draymond anymore. Everybody. It doesn't matter. You got guys that have open threes and they still know to give it to Steph because you're shocked when he misses. When this brother shoots and some defender's trying to block the shot, I've seen guys miss blocking the shot and say, damn, without even turning around to look at the basket because they know it's going in. That's how lethal he is. His movement without the basketball, his range, his ability to shoot from anywhere in the court, left side, right side, top, 30, 40, 50 feet. You literally have to guard Steph Curry the second he steps past half court. So which is the greater impact? That's the only debate about Magic.
And what's your answer to that? What's the greater impact from your vantage point?
I think Steph has had a greater impact against defenses because of his shooting range, but Magic Johnson is the greatest quintessential point guard that has ever lived.
I don't think Steph would have shot like that in the 80s. Defenses wouldn't have let him move around.
That's what they said. That's what they tell me all the time.
He couldn't be all that moving around, man. They would have bopped him.
They said
they would have bopped him.
I've had cats, I won't say, one Hall of Famer said to me, Steph Curry would not have averaged more than 17 or 18 a game when we played. I said, how could you say that? He said, simple, we would have hurt him. He said, when you got to run him through those picks, he's going to feel something.
Got to leave it there. But it's already a compliment that it's even a debate, clearly.
Yes.
Snoop, what do you think that your Steelers should do? You think they should take Shedeur?
If he's around,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's going to be around, 21st pick.
I don't think so either.
You know, they're doing a lot of talking, but I don't think somebody's going to let him stay around that long. But if he is available, I take him. You know what I'm saying? We got to have something back there to get the ball to these, pieces that we put to the puzzle. And right now, I don't like the way we look at quarterback. That's no disrespect. It's just I just don't like the way we look. I seen you up here the other day, Stephen, and you was looking like this. I just wanted to join you. Like, we got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer at quarterback.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph.
You both are foul for that.
And Mason
you really just go Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Skylar
Reindeer?
Thompson.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. You got to do better. In the same division as Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow,
man.
and you going to come to us with Mason Rudolph and
let's-
Skylar Thompson?
well,
That cannot happen.
Well, let's lay out
That cannot happen.
Well, let's lay out a proposal.
Okay. Yeah, so let me ask you this. Where are you on Aaron Rodgers? Because he's still making a decision, but apparently the Steelers would still hold out hope for Rodgers.
Is he going to show up to mini camp and all that other stuff? Because that's what's important. Like, if you don't get the rhythm of the team, then we don't need you, homie. Like, you got to come in here and do what we need to be done to get the rhythm and the chemistry. That's what's missing. Like, whoever we going to get got to come in and get down with us. We don't need no divas, so to speak. So if he going to sign. If not, kick rocks.
Yeah, you need to be all in.
But it's just 1 year. It's just 1 year, and I think that that's the attitude to have for somebody that's a more longer-term investment. But you're the Steelers, and this is what you have. Let's face reality. If Aaron Rodgers walked off the street with a pot belly and said, "I'm ready to throw the football for you in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform," you're going to look at Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson, you're going to go like this. We can work with it. We can work with it. That's the truth. It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
But Stephen A., the Jets had a good, solid team, and you talk about being all in and not being there. Remember the trip to Egypt, the whole thing. We talked about it ad nauseum. I'm saying they got to develop chemistry.
Right.
Fair. But here's the flip side to it. We forget that Aaron Rodgers arrived in New York, got hurt on the 4th play of the season, torn Achilles. Comes back. Last year when he came back, they say it's usually going to take you a full 2 years to get 100%. So we got to remember that last year, in a recovery year, with them not looking great, with him making some uncharacteristically bad throws at times, he still threw 28 touchdowns. He still threw for 4,000 yards.
Stephen
I'm just saying, the point is that on a bad day, he's better than 15 quarterbacks in the league.
Stephen A., that was a blockbuster trade. When they brought him in, it was supposed to deliver a Lombardi.
Molly.
Yeah, now we're talking about 28 touchdowns.
I just brought up an Achilles tear. I do
Okay,
believe
I get it, but there was a second season. There was a second season. We're lowering the bar.
No, everybody says that, especially when you're playing football, obviously football, basketball, stuff like that, it's going to take you a full 2 years to recover.
All right, Snoop.
Everyone says that.
Rodgers called you tomorrow. I want to play. You want him to be a quarterback?
If he called them all, hell yeah, we'll sign him.
All right, then then Shedeur was available at 21. You also want
Still
to
take him.
I'm going to
You
take
want both of them?
Yes,
Just take
sir.
him.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
sir.
that's the answer.
What do you think the Steelers should do?
I think that very well could happen.
both.
I think they get Rodgers for a year if he decides to play, which I think he will. And then I think Shedeur still could
great
be
guy
there
to
at
learn
21
from.
and take
Great
him.
guy to learn from.
And he could sit and watch him for a year.
Yes,
What's the matter with
right.
that?
Nothing wrong.
Yes.
I don't-
Better than Rudolph and Skylar Thompson that you've been
Hell
screaming
yes.
about.
Hell to the yes.
Rudolph, Skylar, I like y'all, but it's just, hey, man, it is what it is.
Look, man. I'm trying to be nice. I really am trying to be nice. I really am.
There's
I really
another
am.
team in Pennsylvania that's doing a little better. Eagles center Cam Jurgens was asked what his first big purchase would be after signing a $68 million contract extension.
A lot of money.
He gave a great answer.
Hey, Cam, congrats. Last year, Landon told us his big purchase was the mower when he got paid. Do you have anything in mind for yourself?
I haven't given it too much thought. I feel like I fly a lot, so I might look into this thing called like TSA pre-check. I feel like that sounds like it's a good idea. I'm kind of tired of waiting in lines. I think I could afford that, so I don't know. I think I'm going to look into TSA pre-check next and see if I can get that done.
That was a hilarious answer, by the way.
Ain't nothing wrong with
All right, Snoop, first big purchase after one of your first big deals.
Oh, man, I got a Wagoneer, Jeep Cherokee Wagoneer.
Okay.
And put some gold Daytons on it with some Vogues and put the beat in the back. You understand me? Went to the swap meet, got some mink seat covers, 10 on the windows.
What about you, Mad Dog?
85, Orlando from Jacksonville. First job, really significantly got my radio. My old man bought me a Honda Civic, which he then sold when I came to New York, which drove me nuts. But he got me a Honda Civic for $8,400. So I had Orlando, I had a car, I had a little Honda Civic.
I could see you in a little Honda
1985.
Civic
10
whipping
years
around.
old, right? 85, whatever you want.
Stephen A., what about you? You just had a big contract. Did you?
Yeah, what did you get?
Yeah, hello, yeah. What you do with your big contract, Stephen? Hello.
What'd you do? What'd you get?
I went to the islands. That's what I did.
Okay, went on a trip.
But let me say this to you. My first big decent contract, ESPN. They gave me, quite frankly, on ESPN2.
Yep.
I signed the contract. It's in my book. I signed the contract at the ABC building. I drove to Queens, New York. My mother, after retired as a nurse, was working at the PAL, Police Athletic League in there. I went there. I looked at the boss. I said, she won't be working no more. And I handed her a ticket for a 2-week cruise through Europe.
That's a very
amazing.
good one.
That's amazing.
First thing I did.
There you go,
amazing.
Stephen A. There
Paying
you
it
go.
forward.
I tell you,
Selfless.
Put on a cruise.
When I get a big contract, I'll let you guys know what I do.
Oh, come on, Molly. Quit acting like that.